Everyone! So it seems that my videos seem to be slowly encroaching onto Thursdays rather than the Wednesdays, so apologies for that. As a quick update, in terms of the croquet game I referred to in my last video, we actually won and are through to the third round. I would have filmed it, but it rained the whole time. It seems to be a very Oxford thing. It's been raining all day today. I'm actually slightly concerned that our college lake is going to overflow and I'll drown, because I can't swim. But at least I suppose Oxford looks really nice in the rain, as well as any other weather. So, considering I'm in the midst of revision, I did plan on making this video about revision techniques. However, I've been thinking about it, and there are a lot of different resources online. Simon himself already made a video about this recently in reference to a previous video that he made, which was really insightful, so I advise checking that out if you want tips on technique. But I feel like revision style is a very personalised thing, and what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you. It's quite hit and miss. So I thought I would draw a line in parallel to that and discuss how to look after yourselves while revising. Something that's really important because, well, we're all really important, that's why. Firstly, I think it's really vital not to cut yourself off from your friends and family. I know so many people who, during a revision period, lock themselves away in their room for weeks on end, and it's really not helpful for you or for them. They're your support group, and as humans, we're very social creatures. Some of us more social than others, but I still think it's important to make sure you have those people there and that you maintain those relationships whilst in the midst of work. Additionally, I'm sure you've all heard this a lot as a general rule of life, but it's really important that you sleep well during the revision period and your exams. I know many people prefer to revise in a way where they're up all night long and sleep during the daytime, it seems, but it's really not optimal. You're essentially going against your body's intrinsic rhythms that every organism on this planet has, and it no doubt has an effect on your ability to memorise and your higher thinking capacities. There's a bit of circadian neuroscience for you there. I won't quote any scientific studies to support this for now, you'll just have to take my word for it. And yes, this also means that it's really not great just to rely on caffeine, because that obviously means you're not regulating your sleep effectively, or not getting enough sleep. Also, keep doing things that you enjoy. My exams start in a week and a bit, and they're quite big exams, they're finals. They're very big exams. But I'm going out for dinner tonight, so I'm going to a dinner tomorrow, I still have plans otherwise. It's really important to make sure you have something to look forward to, especially if you're the kind of person who gets demotivated very quickly. For me, it can take just a few hours and I'm already feeling a bit like, ugh, why am I doing this? So I think it's important to have some short-term things to look forward to. On that note, I also think it's really important to reward yourself on a smaller scale. Not in terms of, oh, if I get an A star or a first, then I will get myself this. But more so in a, oh yes, I'm managing to get through my revision, slowly but surely, and deserve a treat every now and then. I personally go out and buy some nice chocolates or sweets that I enjoy, so I have something small every day to look forward to. On a slightly more concerning note, I think it's also probably the most important thing to not be self-deprecating in any way during your revision period. There are so many ways that people can make themselves feel bad about what they're doing. One key example is people are always told to make revision timetables to schedule in what hours you're going to do each day, which is great, it's organised, it's useful, and I completely agree with that. But if by chance you don't manage to do what you want to do in that day, then don't put yourself down about that. I personally am about a week behind where I want to be, but I've decided to take a complete change of mind approach to it, and rather than feel like I've wasted time, I've just reiterated my deadline of when I want to sort out my current notes, and rejiggled what I'm going to do in the run-up to my exams for the last few days. And that way it really helps to stop from feeling so demoralised. Additionally, another really big one is don't compare yourself to other people. If you're constantly having conversations with friends or random acquaintances about work in a non-constructive manner, then in my opinion it's always best just to remove yourself from those situations and don't feel afraid to tell your friends that you don't want to discuss work. I basically refused to talk to the other medics in my year in the immediate run-up to exams because I just get concerned that I know absolutely nothing when hearing what they know, which is just an irrational thought which I think everyone experiences. And it's also important to say here that you're never going to know everything. You may think you might be able to if you're coming at A-levels and you have a syllabus, but if you're coming up to Oxford or university in general, then once you get here you'll probably realise that you really know nothing at all. And anything you thought you knew is probably quite contentious, to be honest. So it's a skill to learn that you can't be perfect, and there is no such thing really. So it's important not to strive for something that's completely impossible. And finally, I think probably one of the biggest things to do, and the hardest, is to be proud of yourself. Revision is long, it's boring, it's definitely not fun. So I feel like you should be proud, and I should be proud, of just getting through it, to be completely honest. Whether you're getting through it really slowly, or if you're completely ahead of your game, you're still cracking on with your work. It's really important to remember that even when coming up to such an academic institution as Oxford, that even here, your grades don't define you, and you're worth a whole lot more than your number of A stars or average percentage. Anyway, my next video is going to be right in the middle of my exams, so I warn you now, you might just get 5 minutes of me screaming hysterically about either how awful the exams are, or how great I look in Subbusk. But I'll try my hardest to make sure I upload something. See you later.